Hey YouTube, this will be a different kind of video. This will be sort of a update follow-up to a previous video on the amulet craft that I posted like 12 hours ago. And I just woke up, haven't eaten anything yet, and I just saw a lot of amazing comments of people having a lot of luck and a lot of success with that craft, but like a handful of people were having massive unluckiness with the chaos spam step. So I'm going to talk about what you can do to fix it, because I don't feel right about it. I don't want people to just get screwed over watching my stuff. I want everyone to have the good reactions and like maybe like someone who gets like morbidly unlucky, because that all can always happen. But in this case, the unlucky people were like, there were just a few too many. And I don't want that many people to just get screwed over on really bad RNG plus really bad weightages. So I should have been more clear on this in the original video, and for that I apologize. And I will try to compensate the people, and I will check and mention the names of those people in a moment. But for now, I have privated the video until this one goes live, and I apologize if my speech is all over the place. I usually have a script for this, but this time I don't have time to make one. I'm just going in it raw. But yeah, video is private. I will unprivate this when I'm done. But first, let's go over where and how I decided on the average of around 400 to 500 chaos, because Craft of Exile, if you select the modifier over here for prod skills, +3, and you go and say, hey, I'm going to chaos spam this, how many chaos rolls will it take? It says it will take you roughly 1,770. Some people, this is showing 1640 or something along those lines. Well, I saw this number before I started the craft, and I was like, well, if this is the number, the profit margins are going to be pretty low. They'll still be there, but they'll be like way lower than they are currently. So I wanted to test this out. So you can go into the emulator, you can select your base, you can select a mod here, and you can fracture it. So I did this, and then I went over here, I highlighted, I kept prod skills on my screen, and every single time you click, you can see which mod hits, and you can see on the right side how many times you clicked a certain orb. So here, this was my first chaos, second chaos. So I am staring at the prod skills line. If any of those get highlighted or if those get scratched out, that means I hit one of those modifiers. Right now, I did this like 10 to 15 times before I started the craft, over and over again. I spammed this to see how many it would realistically take, because Craft of Exile gives you some math numbers, sure, but there's more RNG than just that. So I wanted to see how many that would actually take, right? So I did this over and over and over again. I'm showing you here too that I did this. I spam clicked this over and over again, and I hit this for every single one of those test attempts. I hit it in around 500 chaos. Sometimes it was 200, 400, 300-ish, or a little over 500 sometimes. So every single time I see one of those skill gems get highlighted, I just Control Z to go back to see if it was +3 or not. And right now I'm only seeing +1s, but I am going to keep going here so you can see yet again that same as the video, I did hit this in under 500. And yeah, speaking of the video, yes, I rolled over it twice by mistake. That was not intended, but even that showed that I hit it in under 500 every single time. That is why I even posted the video in the first place, because I was like, okay, it's not that expensive. It's not actually like 1,700, 1,800 chaos. It is way, way cheaper than that. I was like, okay, this is a way better alternative than trying to fracture +3 Proj, because those bases alone are so expensive that the final craft barely gets any profit out of it. So I was like, okay, Sphere Fracture is the way to go. So I posted it. And then it was just not going according to plan. Again, +1. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. See, look, 564 chaos, and I hit +3 again. So maybe I just have some insane luck with this, like consistently, or something. That is why this whole situation came about. But again, I don't want people to get screwed over watching my stuff. It's just not right. That's not the kind of content I want to upload. I want everyone to be happy with it, to enjoy it, and if they're going to try it, to have success with it and not get absolutely shafted. So there are 4 names in particular that I saw that got absolutely shafted. They spent like way, way, way over the amount. Some of these people spent like 60 div or like almost 2,000 to 3,000 chaos trying to get +3 proj, and they still haven't hit it. And that's like way, way, just double the amount that even Craft of Exile was saying that they would need to hit +3 proj, which is absolutely insane, super, super unlucky. And I don't want that. So those names were Tomcat, Taishi, Ivan Dimitrov, and I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong, Ephraim Carnes. So these four, if you guys watch this video, can you comment down below, and I'll find your comments and I'll reply to them over there too, to give me your IGNs, and I will try to compensate you guys a little bit in game. Now, I don't have like an insane amount of currency to give you back all of what you spent, but I have 110 divs. I'll give you each like 15-ish, right, to like pseudo compensate a little bit, because again, this is not how I want my videos to go. I don't want people to get ruined by them. One person, I know many people, if they burned too much currency, they just want to quit. I don't want them to do that. So yeah. Now I'm going to make a proper video on Tujen later on how to get any kind of base that you want from him, so that you don't have to go and buy bases off of trade, because those are usually like way more expensive than how much you can get them just from Tujen here. So Tujen is the expedition vendor. He sells only belts, rings, and amulets. You need black side artifacts and exotic coinage. The artifacts is what you use to actually buy the item, and the coinage is what you use to reroll the window. Now these are super, super cheap. It's like 1 coinage for 2 eggs. So all these coinages cost me like, I don't know, that's like 260. So that's a div for all those coinages, and it's like 400 eggs for like 900 artifacts or something. So it's like very, very cheap to get this going. It's like 2 div, and let's see how many things that I can get out of this. So you want to reroll your window here with the coinage until you see either a solar amulet or you see a... Okay, this is not supposed to happen. You're not just supposed to see a tier 1 spirit already on a solar amulet like this. Please, game, stop making me look so unlucky. I don't want this to be the way people see it. Please. So I'm gonna take this because this is just a free amulet here, and then I'm gonna continue and show you what it actually looks like. Okay, continuing on. Now you will reroll your window until you see a solar amulet. You can also do this on a gold amulet. It also works because people also like rarity. Here we go. This is a raw, naked solar amulet with nothing else on it. So the way you will do this is you will take this amulet, you will click on buy, and then you want to see this, reroll suffixes, because +3 proj is a suffix. And every single time Tujen rerolls something, he actually has a... Please, game, stop it. Stop it. Okay, listen. This is what's supposed to happen, but not this easily. Right, you're supposed to click reroll like on a multiple different bases until you finally hit +3 of something. Right, +3 anything is super, super nice, because then you can fracture it and do whatever you want on it afterwards. So in this case, +3 all spells super good, all melee, all minion, or what we want right now is all proj. That's the big one. So this could have hit all proj. This was just a super lucky step here. So this, you just take that, and then you can prep your base and fracture it later on. I'm just going to dump that into my stash for later use and continue on with this. So please note, those 2 bases that you just saw, super lucky. That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to spend like 100 or 200 exotic coinages and before you even get... Oh, I rolled over a solar amulet. I rolled over an... I am yapping way too much while I'm trying to do this, but bear with me. You will spend quite a few hundred exotic coinages until you hit your first +3 proj or +3 something, like ideally +3 proj. You will get +3 something in like every 100 or 200 exotic coinages. You will keep on getting +3s of something, or you'll get tier 1 spirit. So it is going to be profitable as you do this, because you can just sell those bases, or you can try to fracture those bases yourself to sell for even more, or just craft something else on it. But for the most part, that is how you'll be doing this. You can also exalt slam a base if it doesn't hit +3 or spirit, because you can also just randomly get it if you have empty suffixes and prefixes, but that is going to be pretty hard to do. So only do that if you want to save like a little bit of time. But if you don't want to save time, just get a base. If the base is not good, if it doesn't have +3, if it doesn't have spirit, just sell the base right back to Tujen to clear inventory and keep on going. So again, please remember, this is not supposed to be easy because a +3 Proj base alone is like 8 to 9 div without a fracture. So if you hit that base, that alone is super profitable, right? Because you do still have to fracture it afterwards. So do remember that. Oh, hey, tier 5 spirit. But you don't want to remove your suffixes here. If it says remove suffixes, don't take that. Just keep on re-rolling them or skipping. Oh, well, there's +3 melee. So far there's +3 spell, +3 melee. Again, please remember it will not be this easy. I hit all of that in like the first 50 rerolls. That is not supposed to happen. It will take you around 200-ish for every single +3 proj on average. That could be way higher or way lower because there's no actual average on this. This is just pure RNG to get the base or not. But this is just to show people what to do as an alternative to the spirit fracture. Because if you fracture spirits, trying to roll +3 proj is way rarer than trying to roll tier 1 spirit. Because you can even settle for tier 2 spirit as long as the final base has above 60. But it's going to be pretty hard to do with tier 2, and people just like reading the tier 1 number. So wait, let me just clear out my inventory here. But I'm not gonna bore you guys too much with me just yapping over this the entire time. So I will skip over this, but not actually. I'm gonna speed this up so that you can see that this does take a while, but I'm just gonna not cut to when I find it because that won't be accurate. You guys won't be able to see the actual process. So from here on out, just gonna quickly speed this up until I hit +3 proj. I'm not stopping until I hit at least one +3 proj. Oh, well, that was quicker than I expected. God, holy fucking shit. God damn it. Okay, listen. So here I did add a modifier and make it rare. And as I said, Tujen has a chance to just add really good modifiers whenever it's adding or rerolling. Tujen just has a higher weightage on this stuff. So there you go, +3 proj. Again, it will not be that quick. Please remember, this should take you like around 200 to 300 coinages, maybe more, maybe less. It took me way less. I had +3 melee, +3 spell, +3 proj, and tier 1 spirit twice. So maybe I just have some insane luck with Amulets or something. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, that is what you can do to avoid needing to fracture spirits. You can do this instead. Okay, so quick update. I spent the rest of my coinages, so the remaining like 180-ish that were left. I still have a bunch of Black Death artifacts. Those are just in the stash. But I spent all of them, and I didn't get any other amulet base. I got one more spirit one with tier 1 spirit, but I didn't get any more +3s. It was just the one +3 that's over here, and the +3 melee, and the +3 spells that's in my stash. But the rest of this are all random. This one has tier 2 spirit on it, but the rest of these are just completely irrelevant. I rolled over a few amulets here and there, but hey, there you go. I didn't want to show that part because I was going super slow. And if I speed that part up, you guys will sit here for like ages to see nothing. Okay, but if you want to see that, I will show you that too. But I just wanted to tell you here that after getting those, the other 180 coinages gave me nothing. Okay, which that is the expected thing to happen. You're supposed to get one good thing every 2 to 300, not 4 good things every 2 to 300. Just because you get +3 proj, it doesn't mean that it's a guaranteed fracture, right? You still have to fracture it if you want to continue on with the rest of the craft. And that is the risky part, because what if you miss, you're sad, right? Because in the video, it took me 5 attempts to hit the fracture. So it is a 1 in 3, so 5 was super unlucky, but hopefully I hit it on the first one. I did not. I missed. That is expected. But now I'm going to show how you can potentially save a base that missed the fracture, basically. There are 2 different things you can do. You can either craft this base up, right? Because this does have ES, it has +3, it has res, so you can craft this up, you can like homogenize this, you can put a crit mod on this or something, try to sell it for a little bit of profit or a little bit of loss mitigation, but I wouldn't do that because that's just spending extra currency and you're not even sure if it's going to sell or not in the end, and maybe you just have really bad mods on it, so I don't want to showcase that. So instead, you can recomp this. So let me see if there's a good enough base here. I don't think this would be good enough, but the point would be that, as I mentioned in the previous video, that the recombination is weighted to select the higher tier mod base. So in this case, the prod skills base is fractured, right? So you don't want to select that base. So here, we're actually going to select a high tier mod on the other base as well to try to save it. Okay, now this is not guaranteed, but okay. So tier 1 rarity is the highest tier mod on the prefix, and any tier rarity, like high tier rarity, is 75. So even that works. So I'm gonna, here we go. This is tier 1 rarity on the suffix, so that is a modifier level 75. It's equal to prod skills, and this has a 9% chance of success. So it's not a high chance of succeeding, obviously, but this is just a potential way to save your base and try to fracture again. Now, we do want to try to do this on another solar amulet base. That's going to be the most valuable. So if you hit, you're happy, but this is just some loss mitigation, but you don't want to do this without a omen of recombination to have slightly better odds. Don't go for this raw. It's only 37x, so it's not going to be that much of a difference in terms of the cost of this. So +3 Proj, rarity, activate the omen, and just pray that it succeeds and it also selects the base that is on the right. So the not fractured base. Here we go. Let's see. Nope. Well, that is to be expected. Thank God that didn't go through. I didn't want to show another super lucky thing because, yeah, that was like a 15-ish% chance with the omen. So yeah, that's the end of this. This was just a, oh, okay. So we see that in the top left. That is the kind of response I want for all of my crafting videos. I don't want people to comment that, hey, I did this and I lost so much because it didn't work or something, or I got unlucky. That's not really what I want. So the people who I mentioned earlier in the notepad, please comment down below. I will also go and reply to your comments in the other video after I make it public again. And I'll put this video in the pinned comment. I'll put this video in the description. I'll put a note in the top of the description to read the pinned comment. I will mention all these issues in the pinned comment, and hopefully that fixes it. So you four, again, comment. And the rest of you, if you didn't comment and you got shafted by this or you want to try this, please just keep all of this in mind before you try it. You can get super unlucky and be in chaos jail for like way too long. If you are afraid of that, then fracture +3 Proj instead and then do it. But yeah, that'll be all from me here. And again, I apologize to the people who got messed up by this. That was not the case. That was not the intention.